Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly business meeting of the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and it is approximately 1 p.m. Before we begin, would you please join me in a moment of silent reflection? Thank you very much. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioners Belzer, Commissioners Carolee Williams, Commissioner Caston, Commissioner Thomas, and Powers. Vice Chair Justin Williams is on annual leave today. Ms. Scarborough, if you would, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair Powers and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next Commission business meeting be set for Thursday, May 15th, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m.
The next business meeting will be Thursday, May
15th.
15th at 1 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Today we have 9 items on the utilities agenda and 9 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 is in docket number 2025-87C. This item involves a letter from Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, withdrawing its petition for an intra-holding company assignment of its eligible telecommunications carrier designation.
Having heard item number 1 is presented by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. On April 23rd, 2025, Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, filed a letter with the Commission asking to withdraw its petition filed on March 4th, 2024. I move that the Commission grant the request of Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, to withdraw its petition. The company's petition is hereby withdrawn, and the Clerk of the Commission is directed to administratively close this docket. So moved.
Thank you for your motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2024-291WS. This is a motion from Blue Granite Water Company for confidential treatment of Exhibit A and a request, a nunc pro tunc, for an extension to file its updated service territory maps.
As to item number 2, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Thomas.
thank you. On April 23rd, 2025, Blue Granite Water Company filed a request for confidential treatment of updated water and wastewater service territory maps, which reveal the location of its plants, service lines, and other infrastructure. These updated service territory maps were filed under seal pursuant to SC Code Annotated Section 30-4-40A1, SC Code Annotated Section 39-8-10 et sec, and SC Code Annotated Regs 103-804S2. I move that the Commission grant the request of Blue Granite Water Company for confidential treatment of its updated water and wastewater service territory maps filed under seal on April the 24th, 2025. Blue Granite asserts the need to protect its updated water and wastewater service territory maps from public disclosure because the maps also reveal the location of its plants, service lines, and other infrastructure, and disclosure would subject the company's critical infrastructure to vandalism or sabotage that could harm Blue Granite's ability to provide reliable and adequate service. Disclosure of the maps can also reveal the company's financial information that is normally kept secret and protected as both proprietary and competitively sensitive. Additionally, the updated maps are secret, commercially valuable plans that qualify as trade secrets protected from disclosure under SC Code Section 30-4-40A1. The updated maps are also considered protected from public disclosure under the Federal Critical Infrastructure Information Act of 2002. See 6 USCA Section 654 and Section 673A1E. I move the Commission find the confidential version of Blue Granite's updated water and wastewater service territory maps contain information that is of a proprietary nature, as well as critical infrastructure and financial information that should not be publicly disclosed for the reasons stated herein. I also move that the commission find that these updated maps are exempt from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act and pursuant to Commission Regulation 103-804S2. I further move that the Commission grant the request of Blue Granite for an extension of time through April the 24th, 2025, non-pro-tunc, to file updated water and wastewater service territory maps. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Thomas, is any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in dockets number 2025-16E and 2025-17E. This is a request from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for confidential treatment of Exhibits 1 and 2 and witness Glenn Snyder's testimony in this docket.
Having heard item number 3, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powell,
Commissioner Caston.
thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, Duke Energy Progress LLC, for confidential treatment of unredacted confidential versions, witness Glenn Snyder's Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, Direct Exhibit 1, Snyder's Duke Energy Progress LLC, Direct Exhibit 1, and Snyder's Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress, Direct Exhibit 2, which are filed with and part of the direct testimony of witness Glenn Snyder for both Duke companies in these dockets. The Duke companies assert the need to protect certain information redacted from public disclosure in these exhibits due to the commercial sensitivity and proprietary nature of this information. The Duke companies further assert that this information is exempt from public disclosure under Freedom of Information Act, South Carolina Code Annotated Sections 34-4-10 at C, and Commission Regulation 103-804S1. The Duke companies further state that the information contained in these exhibits reflects the company's future cost to procure additional energy and/or capacity. Wholesale electricity market is competitive, and in order for the companies to obtain the most cost-effective energy and capacity to meet the needs of their customers, they protect from their public disclosure their projected and actual cost to produce such energy, capacity, or both. If this information was publicly available, potential suppliers would know the price against which they must bid, and rather than bidding the lowest price possible, they would simply bid a price low enough to beat the company's projections. I move that the Commission find that this information contained in the Duke Company's exhibit is exempt from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act and pursuant to Commission Regulation 103-804S2. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Caston, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 4 appears in docket number 2024-303E. This item involves final disposition of this docket.
As to item number 4, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you. In the application of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, or DEC, and Duke Energy Progress LLC, or DEP, together the companies, for the approval of modifications to the Demand-Side Management Energy Efficiency Portfolios, or DSMEE portfolios, the companies state that if the Commission determines a hearing is necessary in this matter, the companies respectfully request that either, number 1, the parties be permitted to confer and attempt to establish a consensus procedural schedule, or 2, the Commission appoint a hearing officer to hold a scheduling conference with counsel. I move that the Commission appoint a hearing officer, David Stark, Esquire, to hold a scheduling conference with counsel to address the scheduling of a full hearing in this docket. I further move that the Commission instruct the clerk's office to take appropriate measures to set the matter for hearing. And Chair Powers, at the appropriate time, I have a few comments to make.
You have the floor.
Thank you, sir. I think everybody in this room knows how much I believe energy efficiency and demand side management can make a difference. And in accepting this application back in November and setting a procedural schedule and setting a situation where the parties can interact, I think it was a hope that there would be resolution. And as of the end of March, there was not resolution. So I am uncomfortable with the timing of this decision, but given the consequence of the timing of that the parties were working to resolve this particular docket and for other reasons, I am making this motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any further comments?
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belson.
thank you. While I respect the motion made by my fellow commissioner, I can't support this. This docket was opened and this matter filed in November of last year. That was 6 months ago. And when they say in the application that if we want to have a hearing, I don't think they expected us to wait 6 months to tell them that we wanted a hearing. We've had numerous comments filed, and we set up a procedural schedule for the comments. And in my mind, that was turning this into more of a paper, I'll just do air quotes, a paper hearing instead of a hearing with live witnesses. So while I respect my colleague's position, I just can't support this. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belzer. Any further comments? I would have to say respectfully, I don't feel I can support it. It is practically a paper hearing. We've received the comments. I just don't know with what it costs the ratepayers to have a full hearing, what could be learned that we don't know already, and I will not be supporting your motion. Any further comments? We will then proceed with a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer.
No.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote no. The motion carries 3-2.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2025-118E. This is a request from Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for approval of its minimum filing requirements templates.
As to item number 5, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
On July 13th, 2023, the Commission issued order number 2023-481 and docket number 2022-300A, which approved amending the South Carolina Code of State Regulations, Chapter 103, Article 8, to implement new minimum filing requirements, or MFR, for general rate applications. These new filing schedules and templates will provide financial data, including rate base, net operating income, cost of capital, cost of service, rate design, and other information. Regulation 103.823A2 mandates that electrical utilities submit their proposed MFR schedule templates for Commission approval. The regulation also requires the templates to be developed for a historic 12-month test period unless otherwise directed, and that the data must be at the South Carolina jurisdictional level, if applicable or available. To comply with this new regulatory requirement for general rate applications, Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated developed its MFR schedule templates and filed them for approval by the Commission on April the 4th, 2025. DESC's new filing schedule and templates will provide the Commission with information specific to DESC's unique rate structure, service territory, size, complexity, business operations, data capture and retention practices, accounting practices, and generation resources. DESC developed the MFRs for a historic 12-month test period as required by Regulation 103-823A3, and the MFRs shall apply to DESC's electric operations. In addition to approval of the company's MFR schedule templates in Exhibit A of its filing, DESC also requests approval of the MFR without a hearing. DESC asserts that its request for approval herein will not involve a change to any of the company's retail rates or prices at this time, nor require any change to any commission rule, regulation, or policy. Therefore, in accordance with SC Code Annotated Regs 103-817C2, the Commission can approve the MFRs without a hearing. The Commission notes that there have been no comments received from any interested stakeholders in this docket. I move that the Commission grant Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated request and approve the company's minimum filing templates in compliance with Commission Regulation 103-823A3. I further move that the company include a title page and indices to the file templates, which include the company name and other identifiers, and refile with the Commission within 10 days of this order. Finally, I move that the Commission find that there is no need to hold a hearing concerning this matter. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion as made by Commissioner Thomas, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2005-83A. This is a request from the clerk's office for an order to allow administrative closure of the 7 types of dockets that are listed in the agenda under this item.
As to item number 6, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, sir. I move the Commission grant the request of the clerk's office by authorizing the clerk's office to administratively close dockets for the following reasons or under the following circumstances. Dockets initiated by the filing of a petition, application, notice, or complaint, or other request in which the applicant, petitioner, or complainant seeks to withdraw or has withdrawn its initial pleading, and there are no pending issues that need to be addressed regarding the filing. Number 2, dockets containing a request for voluntary cancellation of telecommunications carrier certificate of public convenience and necessity and subsequent commission order granting same. Number 3, dockets containing a request for voluntary cancellation of a transportation motor carrier certificate of public convenience and necessity or certificate and subsequent commission order granting same. Dockets. Number 4, dockets containing a certificate of public convenience and necessity or certificate that has been canceled due to an order granting a petition for revocation where 1 year has elapsed after issuance of order granting revocation of certificate. Number 5, dockets containing a commission order granting a certificate and containing an Office of Regulatory Staff's report of rescission, parentheses, report of applicants whose orders are rescinded due to non-compliance, parentheses closed, where 30 days has lapsed since the date reflected on the Office of Regulatory Staff's report on rescission. Number 6, consumer compliant dockets for which the Commission has issued a final order resolving, granting relief, summary judgment, or dismissal, and the time for consideration has lapsed, parentheses, or if requested, reconsideration has been denied. And number 7, non-docketed allowable ex parte communication briefings where there are no pending issues or information needed to be addressed. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number 2005-83A. This also is a request from the clerk's office for an order amending Commission Orders number 2005-226, 2020-490, and 2023-859 by including an electronic option for submitting confidential documents via SC file drop.
As to item number 7, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
By order number 2005-226, dated May 6, 2005, Commission addressed the filing of confidential information and required persons filing confidential information to clearly mark and segment such confidential information in addition to the confidential document, to also file a redacted or public version of such document with the Commission. In order number 2020-490, dated July 21st, 2020, the Commission amended order number 2005-226 by requiring persons filing confidential information to mark the confidential information clearly and conspicuously, while at the same time ensuring the confidential material remains readable. Recently, in order number 2023-859, the Commission clarified order numbers 2005-226 and 2020-490 by amending said orders to direct persons who file confidential information with the Commission to contemporaneously file a motion for confidential treatment or a request for confidential treatment in a cover letter with confidential material or document. Now, with the evolution of technology, the Commission can offer an electronic method for parties to file and submit confidential information with the Commission. This additional option is a secure electronic resource via SC file drop. I move that the Commission clarify the procedure to use SC file drop when filing confidential documents with the Commission and when requesting confidential treatment of sensitive information by amending the procedures contained in order numbers 2005-226, 2020-490, and 2023-859. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Caston, is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
thank you. I just want to, my understanding, and I just want to state my understanding, is that this is merely a more efficient way in which parties can submit the confidential information. It does not change the requirement of a motion or a request in a cover letter. It does not obviate the need that confidential information needs to be clearly and conspicuously marked but yet still remain readable. Quite honestly, that's a problem in some of the filings that I'm seeing when I'm looking at confidential information. I see a redacted version where more is redacted than what is highlighted in a confidential version, and that's problematic. And I would just like, when this order is done, that it be clear that those other requirements as far as clearly marking and making sure that the information is marked clearly yet readable is preserved and maintained. And that's my understanding from the motion.
Mine too, and I agree. Thank you. And
Just for clarification, I'll tell you, if I'm up here looking at a confidential version and it is not clearly marked or highlighted what is confidential, and I ask a question, that's not on me for disclosing confidential information. That's on the party for not accurately marking the information in the confidential version.
I can't speak for others, but I have a very similar concern. And relative to this also, I guess, as technology changes, the Commission tries to change with that. So that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston and Commissioner Belser. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2025-89E. This is a motion to dismiss filed by Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated concerning a complaint filed by Mr. John Crane.
Having heard item number 8 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move the Commission direct the Clerk's Office of the Commission to set this matter for argument on the motion and for hearing on the merits if required as soon as possible. The Commission will hear the motion to dismiss on the date set for the hearing in this matter After considering the motion, the commission will proceed with the hearing as appropriate. I further move that the commission lift the stay on the deadlines ordered in order number 2025-51-H and direct the clerk's office to enter a new procedural schedule to allow for the pre-filing of testimony and exhibits. The clerk is further authorized to change the June 3rd, 2025 hearing date as necessary to allow for the modified procedural schedule. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no.
No.
For my vote of 4-1, the motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2025-9E. This item involves establishing a procedural schedule for Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's 2025 Integrated Resource Plan update.
Do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission set the procedural schedule for Dominion Energy of South Carolina Incorporated's 2025 Integrated Resource Plan update as follows. DESC's 2025 IRP update filed with the commission, March 31st, 2025. ORS to file a report regarding DESC's 2025 IRP update, July the 29th, 2025. Interveners, other parties of record, to file comments regarding DESC's 2025 IRP update, August the 29th, 2025. DESC's reply comments in response to ORS's report and all other parties' comments to ORS's report, September the 29th, 2025. Proposed orders due October the 7th, 2025. I further move that staff be allowed to amend this schedule as needed.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Thomas, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda. In Part A, we have 5 applications for new Class C and Class E certificates that the commission may address together. Item A1 is in docket number 2025-130T, which is the application of Hello Transportation LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item A2 appears in docket number 2025-131T. This is the application of Goodfellas Moving LLC for a Class E household goods certificate. Item A3 is in docket number 2025-132T, which is the application of Foots Transportation LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A4 is in docket number 2025-133T. This is the application of All in Love Care Transport LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item A5 is in docket number 2025-134T, which is the application of Supreme Mobile Solutions LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
As to items A1 through A5 as presented by Mrs. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belcher.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C and Class E certificates in item numbers A1 through A5 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each application in the respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Belcher. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Belcher, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, there are 2 requests to suspend certificates that the commission may address together. Item B1 is in docket number 2021-198T, which is a request from Empowerment Express Shuttle NEMT Service LLC to suspend Class C non-emergency certificate number 9620 until August 22nd, 2025. And item B2 appears in docket number 2024-272T. This is a request from Nirvana Transportation Services LLC to suspend Class C non-emergency certificate number 9988 for 12 months.
As to items B1 and B2 as presented by Ms. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powell.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request for suspension of Class C certificates in item numbers B1 and B2 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued in each respective docket. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, there are 3 requests for extensions of time which we can address separately. Item C1 is in docket number 2025-21T. This is a request from Seashore Transport Services, LLC, for a 12-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
As to item C1, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
On April 22nd, 2025, Seashore Transport Services, LLC, requests an extension of time for an additional 12 months to comply with commission rules and regulations. I move that the commission grant the request of Seashore Transport Services, LLC, until January the 29th, 2026, to comply with commission rules and regulations required to operate and use a Class C non-emergency certificate. This is 12 months from the date of the applicant's application. Seashore Transportation Services, LLC must come into compliance with commission rules and regulations no later than January the 29th, 2026. However, should the motor carrier need additional time, Seashore Transport Services, LLC is not precluded from filing a new application with the commission when the motor carrier is ready to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion as presented, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item C2 is in docket number 2025-40T, which is a request from Caddy Chauffeur, LLC, for a 3-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
On April 23rd, 2025, Caddy Chauffeur LLC requests an extension of time for an additional 3 months or until July 23rd, 2025 to comply with commission rules and regulations. I move the commission grant the request of Caddy Chauffeur LLC until July 23rd, 2025 to comply with commission rules and regulations required to operate and use Class C charter certificate. If the applicant does not comply with commission rules and regulations to obtain a certificate on or before July 23rd, 2025, then Caddy Chauffeur LLC may ask the commission for an additional extension of time up and until March 5th, 2026, or for other relief if applicable.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item C3 is in docket number 2025-42T, which is a request from Ride Ready NEMT LLC for a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
As to item C3, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
On April 29th, 2025, Ride Ready NEMT LLC requests an extension of time for an additional 6 months or until October the 29th, 2025 to comply with commission rules and regulations. I move the commission grant the request of Ride Ready NEMT LLC until October the 29th, 2025 to comply with commission rules and regulations required to operate and use a Class C charter certificate. If the applicant does not comply with commission rules and regulations to obtain a certificate on or before October the 29th, 2025, then Ride Ready NEMT LLC may ask the commission for an additional extension of time up and until March 5th, 2026, or for other relief if available.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, there is one request to cancel a certificate. Item D1 is in docket number 2017-95T. This is a request from 411 Flash Corporation, doing business as Smart Transportation, to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9238.
As to item D1, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of 411 Flash Corporation, doing business as Smart Transportation, to cancel its Class C non-emergency certificate number 9238. By granting this request, 411 Flash Corporation, doing business as Smart Transportation, can no longer operate as a motor carrier. 411 Flash Corporation, doing business as Smart Transportation, is not precluded from filing a new application with the commission in the future if the motor carrier would like to again operate as a motor carrier in the state.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough, and thank you. All of you have joined us, and happy Mother's Day to all. We are adjourned.